Whereas, should we begin from, if not from our own league, the number 12 league in the whole of Africa, and that is the Nigerian Premier Football League. The latest update we're getting from the NPFL is the new data for the transfer window, that it will be closing very soon. We hear that on the 5th of September 2024, that is when the transfer market in the 2024-2025 transfer window will close on the 5th of September. The board announced this on their ex-handle. We are Rangers International. We are crowned champions. And talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League as well as our teams trying to do a final business for the season. Let me take you to Heartland of Owerri. The newly promoted team that though were relegated last season, they have now taken the sport of Beyond Limit, who were banned from the Nigerian Premier Football League following the dual ownership of Beyond Limit as well as Remo Stars. What it simply means is one owner has the ownership of both clubs, and that is against the A5.2 rules in the Nigerian Football League rulebook, and that is required, and now they will be part of the NPFL come this new season. We hear that they have not announced the signing of 30 new players. Oh wow, this is huge. If you think that Chelsea of England is signing so many players, you haven't seen anything yet. Yesterday, it was Bendel Insurance which we reported unveiling 18 new players. Now, it is Heartland of Owerri, the Nazi millionaire, who have confirmed the arrival of the new players following their readmission into the season. We hear that Heartland, of course, I did explain to you that they took the space of Beyond Limit. Now, they have unveiled 30 new players, with former Golden Eagles captain, talking about no other but coach Emmanuel Amunike. He will now lead the club in the new season. Things I love to hear. So interesting, I must say. And still talking about the Nigerian Premier Football League, let me take you to the camp of the Same Sugida team, all the way from Kano. That is Kano Pillars. We hear the Kano Pillars, 4 times champion of the NPFL. We hear that they have now also unveiled their new players. Who are these players? No other but a trio of goalkeepers was unveiled by Canopilas. 3 of them, actually, we hear that they captured Chukwuemeka Onia from from Rangers International. They also have the likes of Abuchi Okeke from Sokoto United and Charles Tembe from Remo Stars. Put together, Canopilas unveiled 12 new signings. Only in the Nigerian Premier Football League will you find such players. 12 players unveiled by Canopilas. It's gonna be a very, very interesting season. We have the likes of Kwara United unveiled 23 players. The likes of Bendel Insurance unveiling 18 players. Sokoto United, though playing in the NNL, unveiled as much as 15 new players. Remo Stars, we did announce that Remo Stars unveiled 13 new signings. Now, so Kano Pillars unveiling 12 new signings, and Heartland of Owerri unveiling 30 new players. And the list goes on and on and on. And then you ask, how will this player gel in this new season? At what time will these players play together as the season progresses? when will they have this cohesion as well as understand the coach's new tactic or game plan formation that he will want these players to play? Only in the NPFL, I repeat, you will find such a kind of a news, very interesting, I must add. Alright guys, feel free to reach me on the number and let me hear your take on these stories. 0808 312 8618 0808 312 8618 or 0700 010 961 961 0700 010 961 961. Those are the numbers that you can reach me live on the show as we continue to give you update from the world of sport. Alright, now let's take you to the camp of the Super Eagles far away in Uyo as we hear that goalkeeper Maruka Okoye has finally touched down the training camp. Also, we hear that Kelechi Iheanacho Cinnamon Kells also touched down yesterday. But the team as well as the coaches await the arrival of star boy Victor Osimhen. He will be touching down later this evening. Coach Oseni Egwavo, after the training section this morning, had some chat with sport journalists, and it was full with optimism, and it was very enthusiastic that the players will definitely deliver the good. But meanwhile, Coach Kenneth Raw has also said that he's expecting a different Super Eagles with the inclusion of some new players that were not part of the team to which it defeated a couple of months ago. He's expecting much more tougher teams with new arrivals, players joining the team. The likes of Demola Lookman has longer been part of the team, and not forgetting team captain William Strauss-Ekong. He makes a return to the team. Just so you know, the kickoff time for that game is this Saturday, 5 p.m. at the Goswill Akpabio Stadium right there in Uyo, and the team will travel 3 days later to go play Rwanda in their second game away from home, far away in Kigali. Just so I add, don't forget that we still have the likes of Coach Daniel Ogumadede, former coach, or not really former coach, he's still the coach of Remo Stars, even though his assistant coach have taken over as the interim coach of Remo Stars prior to his departure. But when Coach Daniel Ogumadede, who is now with the Super Eagles, and he is the assistant coach to Coach Austin Egwavo after his national duties, he would definitely return to the team. Also, Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu is also part of the coaching crew of Coach Austin Egwavo. Not forgetting Ogunleye Barua, who is also the goalkeeper trainer, is also been drafted into the coaching crew. All these four men have been given one assignment: plot and deliver the downfall of the cheaters of Benin, as well as the Amavubi of Rwanda. 6 points is non-negotiable. Alright, let's take you to the camp over the Junior Tigers. It is not looking good for this team at all, following their first game in the Junior Afro Basketball Under 18 Championship. Just so I inform you, this team touched down 5 hours to their opening game against Egypt. The touchdown South Africa at 1 p.m. and at 6 p.m. they were billed. That is the word. They were billed to play against the junior team. The under 18 team of Egypt. From the information we got, it was more like sabotage from the South African embassy to deny the junior Tigers the chance to get to South Africa early enough and prepare for the game. The team, together with their coach and crew, they were ready long time ago. They have been preparing. In fact, they were at the embassy to get their traveling papers, traveling documents as well. But it was not given to them early enough. And when it was given to them, they had to travel same day. They would play a game against Egypt. And your guess is as good as mine. They didn't fire like they should. They fired blank. They were well beaten by the Egypt under-18 team 70-57. Of course, Egypt, just so you know, they are the defending champions of the tournament. The under-18 FIBA Afro Basketball. They are the defending champion and pitching the Nigerian team against them. 5 hours to the game. What do you expect? Jet lag, mental instability, fatigue, tiredness and what have you. All of these things that I must add play to the downfall of the junior Tigers. Hopefully, their next game they will come out gun blazing. Alright, so before I take you to the camp of the Paralympic game, let's go over to Colombia and still discuss Nigerian and African teams. The Falconets who were not really clinical against their opponent Germany early hours of this morning, suffered a disappointing 3-1 defeat. Despite playing exceptional football in the first half, they failed to convert their chances, and that led to their downfall in the second half. In fact, the German team, who were just exposed to 7 shots throughout the games, took their chances. After Germany came closer in the 10th minute, Rufai Umaru raced down the left, but her cross failed to find Okuchukwu Shetler, then put the Germans in front in the 17th minute when she nodded home an inch-perfect cross from the right with goalkeeper Shukura Bakari in a no-man's land. There were opportunities at both ends as the game went on, but Nigeria wasted another great chance to pull level in other time of the first half when Rufai Imura again raced down the left, only to see goalkeeper Adamczyk stopped a weak effort with a right-handed smack. 5 minutes into second half, Nigeria leveled when Jala Viet and Adamczyk blundered at the rear to allow Okuchukwu to race towards an open goal and not a first strike of the tournament. Germany restored their lead in the 61st minute when Zoebel poking the ball past Bakari from a teasing corner in between 2 Falconet defenders. Okuchukwu thought that she had secured the leveler 2 minutes later when she lashed the ball past Adamczyk after cutting in from the right, only to be ruled offside. The German would make it 3-1 in other time through Ernest flying header of a cross from the right, then that left Bakari to the spot. In the event, the Germans secured their slot in the round of 16 following that impressive 3-1 defeat against the Falconet, and now they have now progressed their passage into the round of 16. Recall that they defeated Venezuela in the first game in the match they won when they won Venezuela by 5-2. But now, up next for the Falconet is against Venezuela, and it is a must-win game for coach Sebastian. 86th minute strike. Now they will face Venezuela, to which a win against Venezuela will guarantee them passage into the next round. Coach Catherine Peter, coach of the German under-20 national team, have come out to say that their win against Nigeria was well deserved. They played well, they took their chances, even though the chances weren't much, but they were much more clinical and technical in front of goal, and that led to the team's dominance in the second half. Alright, away from that, let's move over now to the team of the moment, and talking about no other but the Paralympic team. It wasn't a good acting, I must say, for Nigeria, as they lost some of they lost the opportunity to actually finish in the podium, finish on the podium. That is it. So sad. In the Nigerians 40 meters T54, Anna Babalola faced a tough competition, finishing clear the back at the pack of hit 2 in the powerlifting category. Meanwhile, Belgium Bayekula led the race, clocking at 52.25 seconds, while Babalola fell short of qualifying for the final. Meanwhile, in the powerlifting, Bosse Bejide, competing in the women's 50 kilogram category, finished 7th after lifting 100 kilograms. The event was dominated by Venezuela's Claras Fuertes, who claimed gold with an impressive 124 kilogram lift. Nigerians shot put hopeful Goodness Nwachukwu also put in a solid efforts in the women's shot put F64 finals. Nwachukwu threw a distance of 11.49 meters, securing 4th place, just missing out on the bronze. Not really a good day for Team Nigeria, but we have won a silver, we have won a bronze in the powerlifting 56 kilogram as well as the badminton respectively. More medals, I believe, is loading for the team. It is not all, neither is it over. And finally, before I go on my first official commercial break, let me give you this heartbreaking news. So sad, I must say. Recall that a couple of days ago, we did brought the news of a Kenyan, I beg your pardon, a Uganda Olympic athlete who was present in the Paris Olympic 2024. We hear that she has now passed on to glory, following that bizarre, I repeat, bizarre incident that happened between her and her boyfriend. She died in the early hours of Thursday after she was doused in petrol and set on fire by her boyfriend in Kenya. Uganda and Kenya media reported that Rebecca Cheptegei, who is 33 years of age, competed in the Paris Olympic Games. She suffered severe burns to more than 75% of her body in the last weekend's attack, making her the third sportwoman to be killed in Kenya since October 2021. The runner, who finished 44th in Paris, was admitted to a hospital in Kenya, Rift Valley city of Eldoret, after the event. Despite effort made by doctors to revive her as well as to get her treated, it was not enough, as the burns were so severe that she didn't survive. Parents who spoke to reporters reveal that she actually bought a land shortly after she returned from Paris, and that was the reason why she had that altercation by her boyfriend. She engaged her in war of words, and before you know it, he got petrol and poured it on her and set her ablaze. Even though some parts of his body, I mean the boyfriend, was also injured, but Rebecca Cheptegei suffered the most, 75-degree burns, and that led to her death. We pray that the good Lord will receive her soul as she continue. There's nothing actually to continue. She's passed on to glory. And we just pray that the family stay strong and the Lord will give them the fortitude to bear this irreplaceable loss. All right, guys, let me go on this official commercial break. When I return, I will be taking you straight to the foreign scene. Don't touch the dial. Spot Lounge. We'll be right back. Yeah. Welcome back to the second half of your favorite sports show, Sports Lounge, reaching you exclusively from Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja. Yes, it is that show that gives you all the very best when it comes to sports and everything in between. And just so you know, we are currently coverage that you need as long as the sport is concerned. Feel free to go to our YouTube channel, do it to like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can as well drop your comment so we get to know that you are feeling what we are feeling in terms of the vibe and the fever. Let's also let you know that we are also on our radio garden to hear from you.
Life. We want to see where they can become a role model for IDP. Anticipate that they remain as IDP forever. Cannot question that if the scouters, we are bringing in international scouters. Actually, we are bringing in international scouters. And one of the scouters we are bringing is Milan Martinovic. He is a FIFA agent player. Wow. Former Peter Cech's agent. He has signed in a lot of player from Europe into professional football league in the European club. We are also bringing in Malmo FC, the head of scout, Vitomia, and also Oster IF, all from Sweden. They are coming to Benue State live to scout for players to take to Europe.
Absolutely. And one thing is for certain that a Voice of the People 96.1 FM Abuja, we love a local with the program and give it all the support that it needs. Once again, Mrs. Ellen, is it Mrs. or Miss Ellen?
Mrs.
Oh wow, Mrs. Ellen Ogenyi. So those of you that you're already nurturing some feelings in your heart, come on, cut it up. You can see she's taking. We love it when Nigerians and Nigerian players are definitely planning to try their trade in Europe, and they are doing so well. It gives us this confidence and momentum to know that yes, our players they are actually doing well, and the latest to be honored among the best player in the world is a certain Ademola Lookman, following his heroics with Atalanta last season. That has given him all the attention in the world of sport. We hear that former Nigerian international Sunday Olise have welcomed Ademola Lookman to the exclusive list of all-time Nigerians and men Ballon d'Or nominee. Talking about Ademola Lookman, who was nominated for the 2024 Ballon d'Or award that was revealed on Mokachi, Austin Okocha, not forgetting Kanu Nwankwo, and of recent Victor Osimhen to be part of this exclusive team making the list of the best player in the world. Not forgetting, we also have the shot stopper Roman Williams, who was also nominated for the award. This is the first African and first the first African player played in Africa to be nominated. At one point, it was a certain who made the list several years ago, and now Williams joins the list. Let me see if Madam Ellen can have a go at these. Ademola Lookman being a part of the nominated men to be voted to be nominated as a winner in the Ballon d'Or award for 2024. Do you see him? Definitely. It's not forgetting that man that trophies that keep coming his way. And Rodri, yes, I did mention that. In fact, a whole lot of players we are nominated for this one. Lautaro Martinez is also part of the team. William Saliba is part of the nominee, but Neymar have come out to slam the organizers for snubbing a certain Rodri. The Brazilian, who has made over 50 appearances for Real Madrid and have won both the La Liga and the Champions League title last season, was snubbed in the award nominee. Rodri, who scored 17 goals for the Spanish Giants and has moved on to the 20s, and he has moved on to 27 senior caps for his country. He was not nominated for this award, and Neymar came out to say that this is pure injustice. He couldn't believe that a certain Rodri, who have been very, very instrumental for Real Madrid, and of course a certain Brazil national team, was overlooked. Do you think that he ought to be mentioned? Do you think that he even has a chance to be among the top 5 or the top 8 players in the world? What do you think? Let me hear your take on 0808 312 8618. That is 0808 312 8618, or 0700 010 961 961, 0700 010 961 961, or 0808 312 8618. You can as well drop your take on our YouTube channel. Yes, we can see your views, or we can see your subscription. But come on, drop a message from us. Let's hear from our reporter all the way from Calabar, checking on to Arinze. Good to have you join us on the show.
Good to be part of the show.
Such a busy day I've been having.
Absolutely, really busy day. Even though it's a rest day at the NWFL Championship here in Calabar, but you and I know it's been a torrid day. Lots of meetings left, right, and center. But we'll be fine, and at least, like I say, all this weather ends well. At least I find a way to be part of the show one way or the other. So thank you again for having me, and again, good evening. Good evening, Abuja, for letting me be part of the show.
Come on, Sports Bishop, it is our show. All right, quickly, the latest, a certain Rodrigo was not part of the Ballon d'Or nominee, and Neymar is already crying foul with a certain Ademola Lookman nominated in the list. Do you see Lookman standing a chance, and do you think Neymar has a point for screaming to high heavens while Rodrigo was not part of the list?
I think so. I think Rodrigo should have been part of that list. I think Rodri as well of Manchester City should be part of that list. I don't know who made this list. I did the list on the show in the morning. I listed out the nominees for the different positions: the Yan Shane, the young player of the year, that is the Copper Trophy, the coach of the year, the manager of the year, both male and female, and then player of the year. So, but I don't know how Rodrigo did get out of that list. At least to honor what he did last season. I think he had a fantastic season. Maybe not better than Vinicius Jr., who's in the squad, but at least somewhere close. Again, like I said, and this is why I'm not a fan of these individual awards, because at the end of the day, football is a team sport. As much as you give kudos to the striker for scoring a lot of goals, you need to give kudos to the goalkeeper for keeping clean sheets. If the award is for individual positions, I would have loved it. But he said this is the best player because in condition of course he scored a goal. What about those who defended? So it is what it is. But again, I'm surprised Rodrigo did not make it to the nominees. At least to give at least the big tap on the back for what he has done. Same with Rodri as well.
All right, let's move over now to the story that the story is just really, really cracking me up, and I must say. And one man has taken to the dancing hall to celebrate his number one spot after 12 years of waiting. Talking about Barcelona and Germany shortstopper Mark ter Stegen. We hear that he has now been named as the German number one goalkeeper, and ever since he has been celebrating following the retirement of a certain Manuel Neuer.
It was bound to happen at some point, but I didn't think it would be this early. Neuer, unfortunately, is a household name in German football. It's more like a fun in the national team. And then there was a time that he was going to lose his place, and then again the German politics came into play because ter Stegen was knocked down the pecking order, and he became back the first choice of the team, especially when he came back from that long-term injury. So I think it's a big one for like Andre Ter Stegen. I think he has finally deserved to be in goal for the German national team. Other plays second fiddle, but he had to wait. He had to wait for his time. He had to buy his time and wait for Maradona to bow out gradually before he gets his time. But I'm happy for him finally. It will be said that at least he was the first one to go the German national team, whether it's after Neuer had left or not. But the thing is that he now is the number one goalkeeper of the German team.
All right, so let's quickly take this message from our WhatsApp handle. This one says, good evening, Uncle Fanboy and the team in absentia. My name is Paul, all the way from Kabusa. I see Ademola Lookman just completing the list. He stands no chance among the world greatest to win this award. But good one to join the elite team of Nigerian players to have been nominated for the Ballon d'Or. Once again, you're having a good show. Oh, thank you, Paul, all the way from Kabusa. All right, let me take this one. This one is from Prince, all the way from Peace Villa Lugbe. He says kudos to that beautiful lady on the show, doing a Benue State and grassroots sport proud. We will try to see how we can be part of the players to be scouted. Even though I am over 30 years, my brother, this one is not for you. You are over 30, so just go and just come and cheer them if you want. All right, this one is from Sokoro. This one says, good evening, Uncle Fanboy, and good evening, Sport Bishop. Finally, you joined us on the show. Yes, he did join us on the show. He said, my take is that that lady that was killed by the jealous boyfriend, I pray that the full law catches up with him and he gets punished. Instead of you to go and also you are looking for a woman's money to spend. Nine good for you. Oh wow, Prince from Peace Villa Lugbe. This one is super angry. Keep the comments coming on our WhatsApp handle as well as our YouTube handle. You can as well reach us live on the show on 0808 312 8618 0808 312 8618. Let's move over now to tennis before we touch down at the city of Abuja and let you know what went down. Sport Bishop, it's all about the US Open. Finally, Britain makes it to the semi-final. Talking about Jack Drapier. He has had a fantastic run, no doubt. Up next, he will be facing world number one Yannick Sinner after defeating Australian 10th seed Alec de Minaur by 6-3, 7-5, 6-2. Sport Bishop, quickly in 1 minute, do you see Jack Drapier finally breaking the jinx for the British nation and winning the US Open?
I think it's something that must be commended. At least nobody thought he would have gotten this far. I think he's taking up the baton of a certain Andy Murray, who also is retiring as well. So good luck for Jack Draper. But again, it now looks like finally a new winner with mind. Either it is Jack Draper from Britain or either Taylor Fritz or to few. Both of them are the Americans for the first time in 2003. No American has gone to the semi-final of the Grand Slam. So I'm telling the US Open particularly. So it's going to be USA versus UK. Depending on whether Draper can help Yannick Sinner. I don't think he can. I think Sinner is having the best time of his life, and he will get to the final and he'll meet an American finalist, and then he'll be crowned champion. But that's my own permutation. But kudos to Draper. At least not easy to get to the semi-final, which is very important. Like I said, he seems to be the man who wants to talk about the baton left by a certain Andy Murray in British tennis.
Absolutely. And before we call it a day on the show, because our time is far gone, how would you like to want to earn money, either as a student or you are more like a parent who is looking at these school season? There's a chance for you, talking about the Mega Million Lottery. Just hear how it went down in the city of Abuja early hours of this afternoon, where it was a fun and great. Talking about the convener who spoke to us concerning why Mega Lottery needs to be played by all, because there is so much to learn and so much to earn. Yeah, he goes.
packages that you offer to Nigeria? Well, giving back is part of the system. And then, of course, considering the situation of our economy right now, we thought about creating jobs and then, of course, the opportunity that Nigerians need to elevate them out of poverty. This can also go well as part of it because, when you talk about lottery, it's about good cause. There's no negativity in lottery. Lottery was part of the good sources that were used to build the US, the United Kingdom, and the Western world. So why can't we also practice lottery in Nigeria to use it to develop our own economy? You agree with me today that with New Year Mega Lottery, the numbers of agents, sales point agents, distributors, and mega agents that we have today, the jobs were created, which is over 30,000 jobs today, is also a good cause because we are adding and supporting the Nigerian government. So lottery is one of those things. Either way you want to do it, try to see how you're going to give back to this country. We have no other country than Nigeria, and this is the best way we think.
The New Year Mega Lottery are giving back to the society and giving back to all and sundry, whether you are a student, you are a parent. It cuts across every structure. We have the weekly draw, the monthly draw, as well as the weekly draw, where you can play and earn and win a fantastic prizes. You can play for as much as 200 naira and win so much. The New Year Mega Lottery is a game that you need